In the event of an emergency, proceed to the nearest illuminated exit shown around the audience space. Please take a moment to silence all electronic devices so that our students and audience members can experience the event free from distraction. Thank you for familiarizing yourself with our etiquette listing located within your program. We appreciate your efforts to model proper decorum regarding a concert, play, or other public gathering. Enjoy the presentation.
Yes, thank you. You probably wouldn't be clapping if you heard me sing, but thank you anyways. Thank you for coming to our third spring concert for tonight. Very, very special one. As you saw on the slideshow, this is the final concert for our seniors. Not necessarily the final performance, if they might be performing at graduation, depending on who they are or what kind of performer they're doing. But tonight we have jazz, we have band, we have choir, and we have a special 70s to 90s revival. As also our last official Schrader performance for one of our directors, Mr. Peter Lindblom, and he's going to kick it off tonight. So please welcome our jazz band and Mr. Peter Lindblom. Here we go.
Thank you very much. So we're changing the name of that from Chilly Today Hot Tamale to Chilly Yesterday Warm Today Hot Tamale. Just stay up with the current trends. 4B Jazz, and it's been great. I just want to say a quick word about myself, and I was thinking today, I said, you know, if when I started teaching, exactly. You know, when I started teaching, I thought to myself, what would be the perfect way to go out when I'm done teaching, right? And of course you don't do that when you start teaching, right? You're like worried about just getting to the job, doing a great job, and getting tenure and all that. But then I was thinking, well, you know what? This right here. would be what I would think of if I had thought of that back then. So this is just a great way for me to, retire, stay involved here at Schrader next year for sure in some capacity. And it's just been great. These kids are absolutely amazing. Faculty, colleagues, administrators, sound like group parents. Okay, I'm done. Let's go.
Mercy, mercy, mercy.
Totally improvised. And let me get back to the first chart. So we had John and Ethan in the first chart with solos. Adrian on here on, I think he's playing soprano on that chart. And who else had solo? Yeah, of course, Ryan Dressa. We're going to end our portion with Jungle Boogie.
Thank you.